All right, can we go just right here? How artsy is this? What's up, y'all? My name is Evan Strong, the founder of In the Image Clothing Company. Today is the 3rd of August, 2026. This is a video under the main side of In the Image Clothing Company, one of the 4 sides to us, where our slogan is allowing the body to work. This video's title, Going Up and Down Stairs Naturally. We're only a clothing company to do what our slogan is here under In the Image Clothing Company's main side, allowing the body to work. Clothing's the only thing physically placed onto our bodies. Our physical bodies are just a mechanical machine placed onto this rock in space we call Earth, abiding by universal laws outside of all of us, like gravity, physics, though, in any form. There's only one way the body's bones grow by themselves. The whole body just grows to be what it is. It's just measurable mathematical degrees of hinges, levers, and rotations determined by the shape and length of our own individual bones. As I said, kind of, but yeah, it is what it is. There's only one way the human body could ever work. It's hot. It's like 100 degrees Fahrenheit, give or take. It's hot. Utah, welcome to Utah, the state of Utah, the United States of America. Going up and down stairs naturally. Let's talk about the body, because there's a neutral position to the entire body. But clothing's the only thing physically placed onto the human being, okay? Just the literal wording of something placed onto something else is something clothing something. Human being clothing has to, at very least, stay centered. The center line of our bodies meshing with Earth's vertical gravity pull. Okay, like the sternum, the spine, the trachea, the nose, the jaw, stabilizing the entire body. Okay, with musculature to the crown of the head, to the upper ribs, and to the edges of the shoulders. From the collars of our top needing to stay centered and snug. I'm seriously about to pass out. I'm not even really acting that much. It's so hot. Okay, it's insane. So the neck has even opposing musculature. The whole body does. There's even opposing musculature from either side of the center line of the human being. And we have to just evenly oppose the center line to stay vertical on Earth's vertical gravity pull. So does clothing. Things like joints of material of clothing meshing with joints of body parts is how clothing needs to also fit correct, okay? We discuss it very clearly under In the Image Clothing Company. For every body who has one and every one who has a body, how clothing sits on the human being. Earth's vertical gravity pull has the same effect on our clothing that it has on our bodies, okay? So, being made in all the ways we can from 100% natural materials, these things at baseline is what clothing needs to be. The body's only natural, we're only what we eat that comes from the earth. Plants grow from the earth and we eat them, or we eat animals that ate plants that grew from the earth, and it becomes the human being. The human being then dies and decomposes back into the planet Earth, and it's always the same stuff. Scientifically, truth, right? Matter cannot be created or destroyed. Everything that's always just there has always been. So we're designed in the image of God, in the image of Jesus Christ. We are a clothing company here under our 5-word company name of In the Image Clothing Company. All right, there's only one way the human body could ever work. No possible opinion to it. But we get into deep chronic patterning, okay? The only way you could ever change how the body works is by having something like a surgical procedure to change the shape and or length of your own bones, okay? They only do what they do. Muscles always only pull just where they connect to bones through tendons. They just pull directly in line. And we've got opposing muscles on each side of a function pulling to stabilize us in a neutral position. Just standing up, we either lean left with muscles pulling us left or lean right with muscles pulling us right. But the neutral or the centered position is Earth's vertical gravity pull. But we've got 2 feet down at our foundation, gripping arches inward to keep us vertical on Earth's vertical gravity pull. Evenly opposing the center line of the human being and Earth's vertical gravity pull. These feet grip arches inward, okay? In the Image Clothing Company shoelace technique is just the only way the top of the feet, bones, ligaments, tendons, and muscles are shaped to grip arches in the feet with different length 5 toes within this universal human design to have a neutral foot, okay? There's a neutral to the foot and ankle function and the lower legs, internal rotation, external rotation, dorsiflexion, plantar flexion, pronation, supination, all the functioning of the foot. There's just a neutral. And guess what? Earth's gravity and its vertical pull pulls us into a neutral position. Okay, like this. There's only one way the human body could ever work, no possible opinion to it. There always has been, always will be. It's physics. Outside of all of us, these universal laws we don't get to decide or change as human beings. But chronic patterning comes. Hey, I'm filming a video. Hey, so much noise. Whatever's physically placed on our bodies is going to physically alter our physical bodies placed on this physical rock in space we call Earth the most directly. Okay, clothing, the only thing physically placed on our bodies. Here comes more sound. It has to, at least at very baseline, stay centered, as I was saying earlier, fit correct, and be made in all the ways we can from 100% natural materials. But there's so many things that get our bodies into chronic patterning over time, tying ropes on the body like shoelaces or drawstrings, anything tied on or around the body. You can tie one side over the other in a rope and twist the entire body, all right? Even just like a long sleeve top, you tie the sleeves around your waist when you're not wearing it, you twist your entire body, you know? Oversized clothing, when there's not joints of material of clothing meshing with joints of body parts, pulls our bodies down. It's just too big for us on Earth's vertical gravity pull. It just pulled down on us. There's a neutral height to everything in the body. There's a neutral position to everything in the body. You know, the shoulders have a neutral height. It's mathematically measurable, there's no opinion to it. But the feet have to start, I kind of feel like I'm in one of those, like, you know, I've got like a bow and arrow or something. I'm just up in this like stairwell. Anyway, this video's titled the 3rd of August 2026 under In The Image Clothing Company's main site here. Going up and downstairs naturally. Well, here's the thing, okay? The bottom of the feet is just the horizontal surface of the earth when it comes to the neutral. And then we can lift the foot up, dorsiflexion, or point the foot down, plantar flexion. But you've always got to start neutral first, okay? So we start neutral at the foot, and then you can lift up, dorsiflexion, or point down, plantar flexion. But, you know, this neutral horizontal surface of the earth always remains. The vertical pull to gravity is a straight line down, and then the horizontal surface of the earth is a straight line across. Before you can ever go up a hill or down a hill, you have to start neutral, okay? Like the feet. They can only lift up, dorsiflexion, or point down, plantar flexion, if they start neutral. So this is a perpendicular angle. The vertical pull to gravity meshing with the horizontal surface of the planet Earth. The vertical pull to gravity meshes with the center line of our bodies vertically, with even opposing musculature on either side, stabilizing us in this neutral. The horizontal surface of the planet Earth is the neutral to the bottom of the feet from lifting up, dorsiflexion, or pointing down, plantar flexion. So the bottom of the feet have to start neutral. And when we have man-made shoes made onto our, put onto our God-made feet, okay, the feet grow by themselves. The body being designed in the image of God, it was designed to work, but it was designed to work on the God-made earth. Man, it's hot out here. So the body only does what it does, but we can really alter it. And, you know, one thing we have in modern day, and we've had only for the amount of time we have since human beings invented this, if you will, is heels on our shoes. So you put a wedge underneath the heel of the foot, okay? In the heel under a shoe sole, and you point the foot. Okay, with the heel on the shoe, you're in a constant state of pointing of the feet, or plantar flexing. We've got a lever of a foot off a hinge of an ankle. Just like we've got a lever of the hand off the hinge of the wrist. It's just a mechanical machine. The human being, it can only ever possibly do what it can, determined by the shape and length of the bones. The body only moves where the bones join. The literal wording of joints of bones. Okay? So we place shoes on the feet. The bottom of the feet, zero drop. The term in any brand of shoe, just flat. Okay. how the feet grip arches is from toes to heel, or heels to toe. They grip the ground like this, like the hands, okay? Try not to scuff your shoes on the ground, okay? Or your feet. Imagine you didn't have feet on. I mean, well, then you wouldn't have them. But if you didn't have shoes on your feet, you'd scrape your feet up on the ground if you're scuffing them on the ground. Okay, this video is titled the 3rd of August, 2026, under In The Image Clothing Company's main site here, going up and down stairs naturally. Okay, let's talk about it. So now we know the bottom of the feet is just flat. The term zero drop in any brand of shoe, or just no shoes on at all. Then there's no dropping happening from toe to heel or from heel to toe. Okay, flat, the horizontal surface of the planet Earth. But then the top of the feet, if you're weaving a rope across the top of the feet, you've got to just weave the rope across the feet. The only way all the bones in the feet are shaped. We've got different length 5 toes we roll evenly off the end of in this universal human design. And each of the toes is a different size. The big toes, literal wording, but on the inside of the feet are the biggest bones. The smallest toes, or the pinky toes, on the outside of the feet are the smallest bones. And so we just have to weave a rope in a pattern that's just going to accommodate for the shape of the feet, because there's only one way the feet are shaped. There's only one way the human body could ever work. It grows by itself, okay? But, you know, we place shoes on the feet and it can really alter them. So the thing is, when going up or down stairs, this video's title on the date that is today's, the 3rd of August, 2026, you're not going to touch your heels to the ground, first off. Let me just show a visual. Going up the stairs. And coming down the stairs. We don't touch the heels of our feet to the ground. The heels of the feet are just straight down the leg bones, these long bones. The upper leg bone, which is the femur. Then the 2 bones in the lower leg, the tibia and fibula. When we straighten the knee, the whole leg's just a stick. We can just pivot around on the heel of the foot like this. Internal rotation, bringing the foot in, or external rotation, bringing the foot out. There's always that neutral, and we have the whole lever of the foot off the hinge of the ankle, okay? So we come straight down the leg bones to the heel of the foot, and that's right where the hinge of the ankle is. But this whole lever of the foot off the hinge of the ankle, it's where the accommodation happens, like this, right? If I keep my heel off the edge of the step here, straight down my leg bones, the 2 lower leg bones, the tibia and the fibula, the ball of my foot, or my forefoot, up closer to my toes, like right at the base of my toes, is pressing on the stair, and then the whole heel of the foot is just moving up and down, because the weight's on the end of the lever of the foot, okay, on like the last third of the foot, the forefoot and the toes, give or take the third of the foot, and then we can move on the edge of the step like this, okay? With our different length 5 toes, the pinky toe always points straight forward. Look at my hands. The pinky fingers always point straight forward in that neutral position as well. That's how the feet work. When they grip arches, the pinky toe points straight forward, and then we roll evenly off the ends of our 5 different length toes within this universal human design, designed in the image of God. It grows by itself. God does it for us. Nothing happens unless it does, you know. Physics, truly, literal truth. Here's the thing. This video is titled the 3rd of August, 2026, under In The Image Clothing Company's main site here, going up or down stairs naturally, okay? Going up and down stairs naturally. So what happens is our pinky toes point straight forward when gravity just pulls our foot down relaxed, right? If we just lift our foot up off the ground like this, gravity just relaxes it, Earth's vertical gravity pull, into a neutral position. And so this is how our foot is in the air between steps when we're going upstairs or downstairs. And then we just step down. Okay, neutral. But what happens is, it's similar to how when we're talking about running versus walking, how you could approach running naturally. A video's title under In The Image Clothing Company's main site here currently as of the 3rd of August 2026. Today's date is that one. Well, when we're running, you never touch your heels to the ground because it's just a different stride. Running rather than walking, just like going upstairs is a different stride than walking. And when we're walking, we've just got this nice even transfer of weight that happens because we've always got one foot on the ground at the same time, and we're just kind of, rolling on the feet, transferring the weight evenly, and the body just stays nice and neutral. Like, we don't bob up and down when we walk. But when you run, for example, different than a walk, you've got both feet off the ground at a time. On the stairs, it's kind of like similar to a run, where it's not the same as a walk where you have this just nice even rolling and transfer of weight from foot to foot with just the length of your legs determining where you step. When we're going upstairs, we're bending into deeper ranges of motion and propelling ourselves up. It's just different mechanics that are happening, okay? As in physical, mechanical functioning in the body. Okay? But here's what I want to show, all right? A lot of people will go up or down stairs and the heels of their feet will hit the ground or hit the stair, right? But the thing is, why I'm mentioning running and correlating it with this is because that's why we don't touch the heels of our feet on the ground when we run, is because it's a different type of stride or different type of motion from leg to leg than just this natural length of the legs when walking, just rolling on the ground. Well, since we're actually going up steps and there's, a higher elevation or a lower elevation that we're changing to as we go upstairs, we're bending all the joints in the body to either climb the stairs or go down the stairs. This video is titled, the 3rd of August, 2026, under In The Image Clothing Company's main site here, going up and down stairs naturally. Well, you can't do it just like you're walking. Just like you can't approach running just like you're walking. We need this accommodation from the lever system of the foot off the hinge of the ankle, okay? And so you don't want to hit the heel of the foot down ever when you're going upstairs, because that's just the hinge of the ankle, essentially, just straight down the leg bones, and there's no cushioning that can happen down the bones of the legs. It's all just a straight line. Like, that's just a hard, solid hit on the bone of the heel. You don't want to do this. But if you have the weight on your forefoot or the balls of your feet right below your toes, now there's all this accommodation and springing that can happen in the hinge of the ankle and the lever of the foot. All this musculature of the leg can really cushion us as we go up or down stairs. Okay? So you're not putting pressure on bones, like the heel of the foot, and you're not putting excessive pressure on joints by just having a solid hitting each time you're going up or down stairs. We have this nice accommodation of the lever of the foot and all the motion there, okay? So this video is titled, the 3rd of August, 2026, under In The Image Clothing Company's main site here, going up and down stairs naturally. Well, going upstairs, it makes more sense maybe to for people to naturally just go on the balls of their feet or the forefoot right behind the toes where they meet into the rest of the foot, because you need to push and propel yourself up, so you need that lever of the foot, right, to actually plantar flex or point the foot down off the hinge of the ankle, and that lever of the foot pushes you up to the next stair. But this is the same when going downstairs. a lot of times you'll see people, I know I have at least, speaking personally, and back when my body didn't work properly and I was in chronic patterning myself, which is really what we do here under In The Image Clothing Company's main side. These sounds, man. Can I just live in the middle of the desert where there's just about nobody else around? That kills me. It's so hard for me to deal with. It's a personal problem, but it is a real problem. Going up and downstairs naturally, the 3rd of August, 2026. This video's title under In The Image Clothing Company's main side. When people go downstairs, a lot of times what'll happen is they'll hit their heel of their foot on the step, and they'll kind of go like this. And the problem with this is you're just having a solid impact on the heel of your foot, and there's no cushioning for the rest of your body. And this isn't just about the feet, it's not just about the ankles, it's not just about the knees, it's not just about the hips, but it travels up through the spine, out to the shoulders, to the hands, and to the tip of the head. The whole body, this jaw stabilizing the entire body with the musculature going through the centered and snug collars of our tops, right? Wow, In The Image Clothing Company, yes. Well, the point is, we need to still cushion our bodies. Not only going up the stairs do we use the lever of the foot to propel us, with pressure on the forefoot, okay, or the ball of the foot, right behind where the toes are, and they meet into the foot, okay, but going down it's the same. And going down it's actually more important to be able to focus on, well, you don't want to have to focus on, but to be able to cushion your step. You shouldn't focus on it. The body just works how the bones are connected if it's not altered. We don't need to be intentionally doing this, but if we're in a habit or a patterning of doing things imbalanced in life, the body builds up scar tissue and bone spurs and problems in it that really keep us in these chronic patterns of working besides just being neutral. We're on one side or the other of a neutral position. And this is traveling through the whole body. Okay? But when it comes to going up and downstairs naturally, this video's title on the 3rd of August, 2026, when you come downstairs, as well as going up, you always want to be only touching the forefoot or the ball of the foot right behind the toes. So going upstairs, we use that to propel us up the stairs. The lever of the foot off the hinge of the ankle, we're pointing the foot or plantar flexing, and that's how we propel our bodies up the stairs. But going down, it's the same thing because we need to have that forefoot hit the ground and cushion us. The next leg comes down, the forefoot hits the stair and cushions us, rather than coming down just flat-footed and hitting the heel of the foot, which is just at the very bottom of these lower leg bones, and there's no cushioning or accommodation there for the rest of the body. The forefoot can cushion the rest of the body, okay? So this video's title, the 3rd of August, 2026, under In The Image Clothing Company's main side here, going up and down, stairs naturally. Well, watch as I'm coming down. Remember how I said gravity hangs our foot down into its neutral position, just like the wrist. There truly is only one way the human body could ever work, unless we're within chronic patterning, which, you know, is what we get out of here under In The Image Clothing Company's main side. That's the point of why we're here, with our slogan being allowing the body to work. Well, gravity will just relax the foot and ankle into its neutral position, and then you just set it down. That's all you do, is just set your foot down. I look like a dinosaur, huh? Wow. But yeah, if the body's not altered, gravity just hangs us into our neutral positions at the wrists, with the pendulum of the hand straight down from the other end of the arm at the shoulder with Earth's vertical gravity pull. The body's just designed to work with the Earth's gravity on the surface of the Earth, you know, and that's a perpendicular angle. It's so hot out here in beautiful Utah. I love it. I mean it, but it's hot. So you got to be intentional and diligent to not die. But when you're going up and down stairs, how we can do this naturally. This video is titled, the 3rd of August, 2026, under In The Image Clothing Company's main site here, going up and down stairs naturally. We always use the ball of the foot, or the forefoot. No matter if you're going up and propelling yourself up the stairs by pointing or plantar flexing the lever of the foot off the hinge of the ankle to propel you up the stairs, or if you're going downstairs, you're still using the forefoot to cushion you as you come downstairs. As gravity's pulling you down, you just let gravity relax your foot down. You just drop your foot and you cushion yourself with that natural accommodation of the lever of the foot off the hinge of the ankle. If we just hit the heel of the foot at the hinge of the ankle location down first, it's just no cushioning for all the joints above, like the ankle itself, then the knee, the hips, the spine, and up through the whole body. But also the heel of the foot is just a bone straight to the ground, and we don't want that. So you always land on the ball of the foot, or the forefoot, even when you're going downstairs. So anyway, that's how you do it. Yeah, I mean, that's about all we need to say just for the documentation. I'll just go up and down the stairs a couple times here, but I'm going to do it backward too. There's more to say actually. Watch this and listen to the airplane. Watch this. Up, normally, naturally, neutrally. Okay, down, normally, naturally, neutrally. The body's cushioned and accommodated for the pressure and the motion with the lever of the foot off the hinge of the ankle. Our heels don't touch the stairs. But we can also go up the stairs backward, and it's the same exact functioning, although we're going backward. I mean, it's the same thing. So what I'm saying is, it's always the ball of the foot. Whether you're going backward up the stairs or forward down the stairs, or you're going forward up the stairs, or you're going backward down the stairs. The thing is, the body's got the hinges and levers, you know? And you don't want to just be kind of using the rest of your body to get you up the stairs, rather than just the hinge and lever system of your ankle. Right? Because if you try to, here's a car. I just don't know if I'm going to get kicked out of this location or not. But if you tried, anyway, we'll probably get out of here. Not that I'm doing anything wrong, but if you tried to use your heels or your feet, whether you're going up or down the stairs, you just don't have that cushioning of the muscle of the body that's either dorsiflexing or plantar flexing the ankle joint with the lever of the foot off of it, okay? Lifting up the foot or pointing down the foot, which is just the lever off the hinge of the ankle. So it's always about using the body where the joints are and using all the body as a whole. Oh my gosh, I'm about to pass out. I'm not even kidding. I'm not exaggerating. It's so hot. So anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. I don't know who this person is or if they've got a problem with me being here, but I'll just kind of step out before I get talked to, just so there's nothing more that comes from it. But anyway, yeah, because, you know, the problem is it's harder for a lot of people to go up and down stairs
than it actually is just to go up and down stairs. Because if you're within chronic patterning and you just don't have full motion in your ankles or your knees or your hips, well, what you'll do is try to get the motion from somewhere that's not where it naturally mechanically comes from, you know, at the hinges of the body. And so it causes a lot of pain and damage through the body because the body's compensating. It's not able to do the full proper motions that it should. And so instead it tries to recruit other parts of the body, and you're using your back to try to lift you up the stairs. You're using so much muscle in your upper legs, when a lot of it's just those muscles of the ankles, and a lot of it's the muscles of the glutes, but just the whole body's working together. The point is, you know, there's just some explanation and a visual, and here's a lawnmower on how to go up and down stairs naturally, okay? But also, if you don't have zero drop, the term in any brand of shoe, then as you're just trying to step down the stairs, you don't have much flexion in your ankle. And there, I'll say this, and not that it's a problem, this is enough for this video for now. But there's a lot more I could have showed there and discussed with the mechanics of what's happening. All right, going up and down stairs naturally. But check out In The Image Clothing Company. We give a lot of free modifications in clothing to not alter the body. There's a lot of imbalances in modern clothing design, fairly universal clothing imbalances, shipped across the entire earth in ways that just couldn't have happened in the past. We just didn't have the technology to do that. So we get into fairly universal patternings from the literal word of clothing, anything physically placed onto the body: hats, glasses, gloves, pants, shoes, socks, tops, undergarments, jewelry, a bag over the shoulder, but anything at all. Zippers, pockets, buttons, you know, some other things that I mentioned earlier in this video as well. The wind is quite windy now. Anyway, there's your documentation. As of today's date, Mr. Turbo Man. Holy cow, a diesel truck. 3rd of August, 2026. So, yeah, I understand the noise more than you do, because I'm the one that personally deals with it and then just documents it happening when you get to watch the video afterward. So anyway, today is the day, and tomorrow never comes. So do it now, before it runs. Yeah, okay. There you go. That's what I'm going to say. Check out the other 3 sides of In The Image Clothing Company if you'd like to. In The Image Clothing Company Poodles, In The Image Clothing Company Podcast with discussions on the gospel of Jesus Christ. We're on episode 214 as of today's date, the 3rd of August, 2026, of In The Image Clothing Company Podcast. Yeah, that's awesome. In The Image Clothing Company Music is another one of our 4ths, and we do a lot with music. We really do. So stick around and find out. Just try not to have your heels touch the stair when you're going up and down. Try to really cushion your body with the lever system that it has of the foot off the ankle, you know. But you need the context of things like In The Image Clothing Company shoelace technique on the top of the feet, and then just flat shoe soles, zero drop, the term in any shoe, any brand, any design, really, you know, that you could say that still has just a flat sole on the bottom and relatively thin. The body only works how it does, and trying to do certain things within clothing, when I say certain things, I just mean anything, everything we do in our lives, in waking and sleeping life, we're doing it in and through the literal word of whatever's clothing our bodies. And so, you know, we're just trying to work around clothing. And then that's where this chronic patterning gets built up. And then that makes it so hard for people to go up and down stairs to begin with. And when I say to begin with, I mean, you know, allowing the body to work. Anyway, thank you. Let's just not alter the body.